Hello, Aries. Welcome in. My name is Laura from Tenacious Taurus Tarot, and this is going to be your monthly reading for June. Keep in mind, timing and energy is still fluid. This could play out at any point in time throughout the month of June. That message may or may not be for you, so just take what resonates, Aries. Leave behind the rest. I'm going to talk about what comes through in meditation. Then we're going to jump in with the cards, but I feel there's some kind of underlying suffering when it comes to some dire consequences. And so I think there's unnecessary suffering going on here. I felt such major heartburn. And so I think the energy in June is going to be easy for you to become distracted. You need to stay focused. You need to communicate your vision. You need to stay focused. You need to hit the road. You need to hit the road, Jack. And don't you go back no more, no more, no more, no more. And so I don't know what that means, but you can't go back. I think there's family issues here that have really jeopardized your path. And you have an ex that might try to get into the mix here, but you need to let go of the past. And so there might be a very unpleasant conversation coming through in the month of June, but I think you are being encouraged to seek harmony within communication rather than conflict. And so avoid adding fuel to the fire. Whatever you do, avoid adding fuel to the fire, because I think June might be a month of a lot of disagreements, a lot of exchanging of words. And so get ready to have a conversation that is going to lead you in a whole new direction, because it's time to hit the road. It's time to hit the road, Jack. So let's get into it with the cards. We are going to start off this month by using the star codes Astro Oracle deck. We're going to get a few of these messages. Third house communication. And so I do think there is going to be some difficult conversations coming through in June. This is going to allow you to be future oriented so you can begin that new beginning in love. And so I could be speaking to an Aries North Node. You also need to keep in mind this is for any major Aries placements. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. So I think maybe you've forgotten how important you are. I think maybe you forgot to slam the door on the way out of a situation. It's time to stop looking back. It's time to share what it is that you've discovered out of this situation. It's time to communicate a new passionate vision for the future. And so fifth house, maybe there was some third party here in the past, but I do feel this is a month where you are learning to love yourself, fill your own cup. I think when you look back at the past, I think as much as you maybe want to reach resolution, I kind of feel like if you look back at the past in its entirety, maybe this relationship was actually mediocre. I'm not sure, but try to look at it through a higher lens, because I think Spirit is really saying this is unnecessary. It's time to travel in a new direction. So let's get into it. Please feel free to hit that subscribe button. If you haven't done so already, Aries, don't forget to like the video, comment on the video, share the video. It helps circulate the content, helps the channel to grow. Just nice, free, easy way to show me some support. But I think it's kind of time to invest in yourself. We get sustainability, the sixth house. So maybe you are reevaluating your day-to-day life. I think there's an underlying Four of Cups. Are you feeling stuck? Are you feeling stagnant in your day-to-day life? Because the sixth house is what do you do every single day to sustain your stability? What do you need to do to have more sustainability financially in your life? We get messages, we get Mercury. And so there's like an awakening going on here. I feel the energy of judgment coming through. And we get abundance. We get Jupiter. So you're going through some type of an expansion here. And I do believe you are learning to honor and love yourself. So I could be speaking to an Aries that is a divine feminine. I do feel there is a major cycle here reaching completion. I do think you're ready for something new. I think you're ready to receive whatever messages the divine is bringing forward in order for you to make a new discovery, to manifest happiness in your life. But I do think you're recognizing that it's time to have a new vision for the future. And so I think you do wish to have a beloved in your life. I do think it's time to shine a light on a new beginning. They're showing me the Page of Wands, which is new, fresh vision for love, for the future. And so how can you expand beyond a certain situation to manifest more sustainability and abundance in your life? Because I think it's time to plant a seed. Let's go a little bit further with the tarot here, and let's see what else needs to come through. I'm pretty sure we just had Mercury enter into Gemini. And so there might be a lot of divine downloads coming in. I feel Kundalini energy rising up my spine around the sacral chakra right now. And so there might be a need to take a break from your thoughts, drop into the sacral. I think something here has really distracted you. There might be a need to address alcohol issues. They're showing me a bottle of wine. I think you've been facing challenges. There's some type of connection here that needs to be addressed. I think you're worried about nothing. I think it's time to leave the past in the past. I think you've been struggling. There's stress, I feel. There's anxiety. I think you need to stop looking back at the past. You need to plant a seed in a new direction. And so new, fresh energy with the page. So let's do 9 cards for you, Aries. Let's see what else needs to come through. I will call out any zodiac signs that you may or may not be dealing with, but I think you're just at the beginning process of addressing a big, big elephant in the room. All right, let's get into it and let's see what we got here for you, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. The devil right out the gate. So we got something toxic here, some type of trauma bond, some type of third party situation. Definitely could be addictions, could be dealing with Capricorn, could be dealing with Cancer. But I think the completion of a lose-lose situation is going to close out, I think, probably in Cancer season. And so July will be Cancer season. We do have a full moon in Capricorn at the end of the month, which might illuminate something about a third party situation. There's something here you need to just forget about. You need to hit the road. You need to leave behind a situation. And I do think there is some karma playing out here. There's that Judgment card that I felt in the energies coming through. So something about Pluto retrograde is asking you to take another look back at some type of trauma bond here. Is it love? Is it love or is it addiction? And so we got 2 choices, right? We can choose addictive love or we can choose real love. And so there is a major realization, I think, about a bad judgment call coming through and an opportunity to choose a higher path, a higher connection, a higher love, Gemini energy. And so I do think this month is really illuminating choices, decisions, crossroads, what it is that you need to release as part of this awakening to go towards greater abundance, to go towards greater healing. And so there's a truth that I feel you've been sleeping on, and that is a block to the ultimate healing. And so I feel you are creating your own blocks here when it comes to expanding beyond a situation, and there is a need to communicate. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm pretty sure Mercury is in Gemini right now. And there is going to be a tower. And so I do feel the tower comes in to break apart anything false. There's something here that you can no longer go back to. There's no going back. There's no rebuilding from scratch. This is over. It's done. It's completed. And that's the truth. So it's time to go towards this higher truth. I think there is an ending here. There is a need to move on. There is a need to hit the road, Jack. And don't you look back no more, no more, no more, no more. Because you're dealing with somebody that's wearing a mask. And I don't think they're ever going to change. And so maybe you've known this person for a long time. Maybe you've known this person since childhood. But this person is keeping you stuck. And I think it's time to stop looking at this situation with the rose-colored glasses on. Because you're dealing with somebody. They don't care who they hurt. They just want their way. They're not really in it to heal anything for the long haul. And so I think it's time to gain this new perspective. It's time to wake up. It's time to say, hey, hello, this is an illusion. Where are you playing the martyr? Where are you playing the victim here? Because I do think get ready for a major wake-up call. And this might be shocking. So what is the Judgment card? Let's clarify the Judgment, because that's the central energy. And so I do think this is all playing out with Pluto retrograde. So once you see this, you're not going to be able to unsee this, Aries. And so I do think this hurts. I think there's a need to just purge and clear the heart chakra because you can't unsee this. And so it's like you've already been shown the truth. There's a need to stop being overly reliant on external sources for information, for advice, because your own intuition is telling you this is not right. And I think you're choosing to ignore it. You're choosing not to see it. So what is the ultimate truth here? You're lying to yourself about a situation here. So I think you really need to think long and hard about, is this really sustainable? Or is this your ego saying, hey, no, I got to stay here. I got to stay stuck on this situation because this is my new beginning. But I think you're right back to that Nine of Swords in reverse. It's like, you know it's over. I think there was some type of betrayal here that created some type of trauma bond. And I think you're stuck on truth. You're stuck on answers. You're stuck on wanting things to be fixed, but I don't think they can be fixed is what it feels like, because you are dealing with somebody that really just wants to win at all costs. So I think there might be a need to recognize some self-sabotaging behaviors here. There is a need to go within. I don't really think this is wish fulfillment. So what do we need to heal when it comes to some truth? What is this truth that needs to come to light in order to really go towards healing? So I think you might be dealing with somebody that has a lot of options. I think you're dealing with somebody that likes to keep you in the dark, that likes to keep you confused, that likes to come in and speak words of love to hook you, to say, hey, let's work on this. Let's reach compromise. Give me 1 minute, please. Sorry about that, Aries. Let's get one more on that. And we get the moon reversed. And so I think a major wake-up call. I think this new moon in Gemini is bringing in a wake-up call of a situation that I think you've really tried long and hard to alchemize, to work. I think it's time to alchemize a lesson and to understand that you're dealing with somebody that has commitment issues. I think you're dealing with somebody that's never going to grow up, that has like the Pan syndrome, the Peter Pan syndrome. He's like a lost boy. He's never going to grow up. You got somebody here that likes to keep their options open, and I think this is all coming to light. The moon reversed is a major wake-up call. And so maybe that full moon in Sag brought in a wake-up call, and the new moon in Gemini is asking you to plant a seed, because I think you want love. You want everlasting love. So do the work to be what it is that you are seeking, and let go of a situation that keeps you stuck in a state of lack, because there's a need to get honest with yourself. I think there's a need to really get honest with yourself. I think you want this to work so bad, but you're dealing with a master manipulator. And I also think this is a reflection of where you need to realize that you manipulate yourself through being overly compassionate. And I feel like there's an illusion here of this being your person, and Spirit's like, get out of Dodge. Get out of Dodge. Get out of here, Jack. Get out of here. So I think you're holding on to something that in your heart of hearts you know that you need to walk away from. The Eight of Cups reverses. I'm going to cling. I'm going to hold. Spirit said walk away. Spirit said get your house in order. Spirit saying you're on the ascension path, but you're keeping your foot stuck in the wheel. You're keeping yourself stuck by not walking away from a situation you need to walk away from, because you have a cycle here that needs to reach completion. I don't believe this person is your beloved at all. I think you're confused. I think you're dealing with somebody that likes to keep you confused. And there's a lesson here reaching culmination. And I think it's going to reach culmination very quickly. And so where do you need to get honest with yourself? Where do you need to get honest with yourself? Where is this wake-up call leading you, Aries? Death, rebirth. There is a major ending here. There is a need to shed some old ways. I do feel the Scorpio energy clings emotionally. So there's a death to a situation that I think you thought you were going to be in it for the long haul, maybe with a Capricorn. But it's time to take those steps in a new direction. It's time to really look at the light, look at the truth, and say, hey, this connection wounded me. It's taught me a lot of life lessons. But it's time to take the lessons, to become the wounded healer, to pick up that Ace of Wands and to give it one more go in a new direction. because I do think if you don't make the choice to get up and go and hit the road, Jack, you're going to have the wind pulled out from under you, because you are definitely dealing with somebody that likes to withhold communication as a means to control, and it's time to take that risk and to take that leap of faith and to go through this major realignment, Aries. What is going on here? Let's get you a closing message with the Crystal Stone deck. I think you're overthinking. I do think there is a deep component here of energy between you and this person, but I don't think this person is your friend. I do think communication blocks need to be cleared up, and I think you are overthinking. You're overthinking. So watch your thoughts, Aries, because that will allow you to become even more distracted, and when we're overthinking, we can be easily manipulated. Blue calcite, connected to the throat. I think you might be having a hard time sleeping at night. Like, are you up all night looking at the ceiling at 3 a.m.? Are you up at 3 a.m. every morning? I do think this is connected to family. I think this is not what you intended, but I think it doesn't matter what you do. You're going to be on a desert island all by yourself in this scenario. This person is never going to make you feel like you're not on a desert island by yourself. And so Spirit is like, hey, clear the path. And I think these energies are going to be amplified throughout the month of June. And so I think this person really is not your friend. You're dealing with an enemy disguised as a friend. And so this person doesn't have what it takes to have successful accomplishment with you, Aries. And I think the deadline is up. So the deadline for this death sentence is in June. Something here needs to die away, or it is going to keep crushing your dreams if you let it. So I think you're being called to refocus your energy, to put this person in its place, or in their place, and to go as far away from them as possible to create joy in your life. And I think you're in the process of trying to create more joy. And so I think it's time to shed some light on some negative vices here, maybe some victim mentality. I think you're dealing with an energy vampire, and you have to have a clear view of your whereabouts of where you want to go, because you need a psycho-spiritual scrub. This person is negative. I think you're fighting a lot of dark powers, and it's really time to get moving. And so I think have that discussion and kick this person right back into the gutter, exactly where they belong, because it's time to arm yourself up, because this person keeps you in a state of glass half empty. They are a drainer. It's like you've got this chain around your neck, and it's time for you to stop hiding your truth, because I think this person is a difficult person on your path. I think this person likes to keep you stuck. I think you've fallen prey to some type of emotional vampire, and it's like you don't even know how you can move on. It's like, I can't even let go. I can't even move on. And you got to pick yourself up. You got to go through this cleansing process, because this person doesn't know the difference between good or bad, is what I'm feeling, and you need to find your center. And so I think June is bringing in a major reset for you, Aries, and that's what I got. So I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a soulmate reading with me, check out the description box below. Also, if you would like to become a channel member, I'd love to have you join me over on the other side of the channel, where I go live every Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a place of growth. There's all kinds of bonus videos and bonus perks over there. If you would like to become a member, I'd love to have you join me. Go check out the link, guys. I hope you have a great month ahead, Aries, and I do look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.